Good afternoon. This is Elder G again. As you can see, the chart that I have up on my screen is under my profile that I put out already. And you know Donald Trump, he's running around lying to the American people, talking about how good things are doing and prices and everything and the way that he's running the economy, it's the best that it ever been. Just listen to him. Go to the news and look at it for yourself. How he bragging about how this economy is so good. How he bragging about his tariffs and the amount of money that is bringing in. $50 billion he expect for it to bring in a month. And they taxing China and Russia and all these places that paying the tariff. Listen to me. I've been in retail for over 40 years. Since 1985, I've been in retail business. I ain't been to college or nothing like that, but I've been around retail, buying and selling, since 1985. So I understand buying and selling. I can guarantee you I understand buying and selling more than Donald Trump, because I ain't been bankrupt 6 times. I haven't destroyed my airlines, my Trump steaks, Trump wine, Trump casino, Trump cheese, Trump University. All of those corporations that Trump started, they're all out of business now. Trump is a terrible businessman, and he's the biggest liar that I have ever known. I'm 68 years old. At the end of the month, I'm 68 years old. And the first time I went on social media was in October of 2024, right before the election, because I was so afraid that they was gonna elect this fascist dictator that wanted to be a king. I just couldn't sit on the sideline no more. I just had to get up, and I had to do something. I don't have a lot of money, but I realized that if I get on Facebook and get on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok, I could get a few people to listen. I just couldn't sit there. 77 million people in 2024 on November 5th, 77 million people voted for a convicted criminal. Someone that had been convicted of sexual assault. Someone that had been convicted of 34 felonies. That's what you elect. Somebody that been impeached twice. Somebody that tried to overthrow the government on January 6th. And 77 million people went to the poll and voted for the devil and voted against the Constitution of the United States of America. Somebody that they had pledged allegiance to the flag, to the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands. One nation under God, individually, and with liberty and justice for all. And they went to the poll and voted against everything that you say you are, that you follow God, about love and peace and long suffering and joy and loving God, number one, and loving your neighbor as yourself. And you went out knowing that Donald Trump, everything that Donald Trump had did, trying to overthrow the government, sexual assault on a lady, sexual assault now, 34 felony conviction. Your corporation has been found guilty. You try to overthrow the government. And people that going around lying, talking about they confessing Christ and want to vote for an evil deed like this. Everybody know what the Bible says. The Bible says, you shall know them by their fruit. It says a good tree cannot bring forth bad fruit, and a corrupt tree cannot bring forth good fruit. He said that you can judge them by the fruit that they bear. I said they guilty. I said they guilty. They knew. I got a nephew in jail. I'm pretty sure a lot of you that listen to me right now have got family members in jail. Everybody know that they gave Donald Trump special treatment because he was white. Everybody know that. I don't care what race you is. You know that because our Constitution said that there is no man is above the law. No man, woman, or child. Donald Trump should have went to prison just like my nephew. Donald Trump should have went to prison just like my brother. Donald Trump should have went to prison just like my son had to. But the Supreme Court is supposed to oversee justice for all. The Supreme Court is biased. Those 6 Republicans ain't nothing but white nationalists that hate minorities. Donald Trump talking about gas prices are down. Gas prices ain't down. Gas prices is the same thing it was before he got elected. In some cases high. It's $3.09 at one of my gas stations right now. Today, August 10th, 2025. It's $3.09 and it's $3.05. I just drove by them this morning. I'm sick and tired of lying. I'm sick and tired of Trump and his minions lying to us and misleading us and driving us down a path of self-destruction. LG just ain't going for that no more. LG ain't going to put up. The church can sit down and stay on their knees as they want to. But I'm going to stand up for freedom. I'm going to stand up for the Constitution. I'm going to stand up for righteousness and right. That's what I'm going to stand for. Even if it takes me to my grave, I'm still going to stand up for what's right. What are you going to do? Look at the chart up there, right? U.S. grocery prices reached record high in 2025. Prices are higher today than they was on July 2024. A year ago, that all them old crazy Republican MAGA was running around talking about inflation, running around talking about the price of eggs. What are those racist white people at now? What are those racist black people? Those racist Mexican people? Those racist Asian people? What are they at now? They was out there with all them big old flags, spending all their money riding around, and they pick up trucks talking about inflation and eggs. Now things are more expensive now. Where are they? They wasn't nothing but fakes, frauds, and phony that trying to help white supremacists overthrow the Constitution. We don't have to just sit here and take that. You don't have to sit back and take that. You have every right to defend your Constitution by any means necessary. That's what the Constitution says. We don't let nobody destroy our freedom. We don't let nobody, no race, no matter who they are, take away our freedom. It's time for us to stand up for our freedom. It's time for us to stand up for God. It's time for us to let Christ lead and guide us in the way that he would have us to go. Now you see how they was lying, right? Whoa, they was out there in the cold weather. They was out there in the rain fighting for the devil. 77 million people. They knew Trump was guilty of 34 felonies. They know Trump was guilty of sexual assault. They know that Trump on January 6th tried to overturn the Constitution. They knew all that before they voted. So they just as guilty as Donald Trump. And God said they more guilty. Because the Bible said, whosoever loves and make a lie shall have their part in the lake. Look it up for yourself. Look these charts and everything up for yourself. U.S. grocery prices reached a record high in 2025. Prices are higher today than they was on July of 2024 in all major categories. Now you know God told you beyond a shadow of a doubt that during the election time for the last 4 years, all MAGA was doing and the white national was just lying to the American people just so they can get the devil into office, so they can overthrow the Constitution. I'm not going to let that happen. I'm going to do everything in my power not to let that happen. And I hope and pray that God is in your heart and in your mind and in your soul, that you will stand up to. Thank you.